time it's been deleted, but yeah, no, I mean, you can really look back in my past and see that I've had an extensive um, career in the freak show. And the freak show is not. I don't remember ever seeing a fucking clown in the freak shows. They were literally freak shows. Um, we had the woman. There was a couple people I worked for. I worked for a lot of smart Jews and mafios and this other and a bunch of art people. And this woman that that basically managed me, one of the women, was a club owner, and and she literally ran the Queen of Clubs in Albany for about almost 30 years, maybe 25 years. And I first went to my first show there to her club when I was 9 years old. I never forgot it. And I made a pact in my mind. I said, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to play this place when I get older. And that's what I did. By the time I was 18 and 19, I came back and I signed on for a residency for as long as they would have me till the place closed, which was a shocker. It closed just not because it was going broke, but because she had other things to do with her life. It was deep underground shit. And she had the genius idea back in 96 or 97, I'm thinking, when we used to play, that she was going to get the freak shows, like the Jim Rose circus and shit like that, to come into the club when they were coming through, the land. And that's what we did. We played, and it became a thing. Instead of having opening bands, the freak show would open up for us, and sometimes one other band. And there'd be the opening act would be Fire Eaters. I don't know how that we pulled this off in such a small club, because the club was an old White Castle or White Tower. It was an old White Tower, or because that's what we had here. And so it was a hamburger joint, and it was dark in there. And in the back, it was an oblong shaped building. It was shaped like a coffin, but it had really high ceilings. And I remember, just smoking hash and smoking pot and drinking my allotment because I had to be drunk back in the days. And we gotta, these are the people that are opening up. I just remember 25-foot, 30-foot flames shooting up from girls, scantily clad, attractive girls' mouths. Then later on, there'd be a guy that would come out, and he had a great big dick. I think we played with this guy 3 times, and he would drive railroad spikes through his cock. And that was hard to watch. I'll never forget that, being about 5 feet away and seeing that, and everybody just cringing, and people covering their face and eyes like it was a Gallagher show. Never forget that. And there was, and then, for Act 3, there'd be a guy that would come out, and he'd fire up a Toro push lawnmower, and he'd balance it on his face with, both ways, with the fucking thing twirling, the blade twirling. People driving shit through their tongues, just, yeah. And, you think of freak shows, and you think of, it reminds me of Anton LaVey. That's pretty much what I did. I did the same thing without knowing it, They say he didn't really do that, but I think he might have. I mean, he played Calliope like as to one who's been there. But I don't remember clowns ever being, I don't think so. No, because it's a freak show. And I wish I could remember the other shit. If I could talk to my friend Nick, he would remember, the bass player. I'm sure he would remember because, yeah. And that's what we did for a long time. And it really used to pack people in the house. But it was like that, and I didn't realize how great. I didn't realize how great I had it back then. I was very depressed and shit and into myself, and I thought that we deserved such cool shit. I really thought that that's what we deserved. I didn't realize that that was a fucking treat that would never happen again. And it's kind of hard to follow that act up by the time you're 25 years old and you look back at your career. You're like, I don't think there's ever going to be another thrill that's going to take the place of these things that I've done. I remember Marky Ramone coming through that, because that's one of my favorite memories, is playing with him and a bunch of other people. Or the guy from the Queers come through right after Hugh O'Neill died. But I remember Marky Ramone just being amazed at the place and being amazed with my band. He's just like, wow, you guys got a good scene here. And that went straight to my head, because I was just like, yeah, it is. And I thought about it for a second. I'm like, yeah, it is kind of a good scene here we got for a little while, for a minute. It was great. And if we would travel into the city to do shows, and they were just shows, they were great. It was great playing CBGBs. It was great playing Coney Island High. It was great playing both Continentals. All the famous spots we played. But it was nothing like getting back home to the White Tower, to the QE2, the Queen Elizabeth II, the QE2 on 13 Central Ave in Albany. That was, and after that, I mean, it really spoiled it for me, because, like I said, when will that happen again? I suppose a lot of shit we did in there that we shouldn't have done, like, we weren't permitted to use pyrotechnics, although there were fire eaters, which was strange. And we shouldn't have been using smoke machines, but we did anyway. Yeah. Because they were left over from the 80s, and I used to tell them, just turn that fucking smoke machine off, please. Usually somebody would bring it, because it would literally make me gag. And you can't see anything, and it's just so fucking stupid. Don't bring that fucking smoke machine. There was an award-winning, they had really nice futuristic lights, and sometimes they'd bring in a screen, and they'd screen stuff in the background as you played. That was fucking great. Did a lot of great shit. I mean, now we just sit on YouTube and listen to Tiny Dick fucking yell his corn. It's like, I've played with the greatest fucking musicians in the fucking world, in the greatest clubs in the fucking world. Who the fuck is you? I mean, you sound like a babbling fucking wacko. We heard you, pile of shit. I mean, I gotta get back in the world here and start doing some shit. I mean, this is just ridiculous. It's like going to the same bar for quarter drafts or something, and that retard is always sitting at the end of the bar, all bemused with himself and shit. It's like, dude, just get the fuck away from me. It's like, wow, you're a fucking head case, dude. It's like, get some fucking headgear, piece of shit. I think about my life, and I think about it now, and it's like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened in my life? Maybe I should go back to music. Maybe I really should, because I'm always unhappy, but it seemed like there was much more to talk about back then, when this is all there is. It's like, wow, I used to do those shows. Where we come play for retarded children or people in fucking headgear, and that's what it's like. Only they were happy to see us. But now it's just three dudes like Ricky Berwick in the audience that are gesticulating and drooling on themselves, making their tiny dicks feel bigger. Whoa, dude. Whoa. Get some fucking help there.